Welcome to Secure Strides, the podcast where we explore technology policy, cybersecurity, and digital trust, all towards advancing safety and security in today's connected world. In each episode, we'll talk to professionals, academics, and industry leaders about the latest trends, challenges, and solutions in cybersecurity. This is the show for you if you're preparing for the jobs of the future or working towards creating secure and reliable digital systems. Secure Strides is your guide to succeed in the digital age and understand the ever-changing world of cybersecurity. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Secure Strides podcast, where we explore the latest in cybersecurity, digital innovation, and everything in between. I'm your host, Dooshima Azwana, and today we're diving into a topic that's been making waves around the globe, the recently passed United Nations Convention on Cybercrime. This convention is a landmark achievement in international law, aiming to create a safer digital world for all of us. In today's episode, we're going to talk about three things. Number one, some frequently asked questions about the convention. Number two, why it's so crucial for countries around the world. And finally, number three, the process behind passing such an important piece of legislation. So let's get into it. Now, first of all, if you don't work in cybersecurity, international relations, or policy, you might be asking, what is the UN Convention on Cybercrime? Well, the UN Convention on Cybercrime is an international treaty that's designed to address the growing threat of cybercrime on a global scale. It sets out legal frameworks that countries can adopt to prevent, investigate, and prosecute cybercrimes, and it encourages cooperation between nations to tackle these crimes more effectively. Another question you might be wondering is, what kind of cybercrime does this legislation cover? Well, the convention covers a wide range of cybercrimes. Think of hacking, identity theft, online fraud, the exploitation of children online, and the spread of malicious software. The convention aims to set out clear definitions and standards for these crimes, making it easier to pursue justice across borders. Who is a part of this convention? Well, all United Nations member states are encouraged to sign up and adopt the convention, and some have begun to do so already. And by doing this, countries are basically committing to aligning their national laws with international standards and enhancing their cooperation with other nations in the fight against cybercrime. Now, how does this impact individuals and end users like you and me? For the everyday internet user, this convention aims to make the online world a safer place, full stop. It's about protecting your data, your personal data, reducing the risk of cyber attacks, and ensuring that those who commit cybercrimes can be held accountable, no matter where they are in the world. So next, let's talk about why the UN Convention on Cybercrime actually matters. We live in an increasingly connected world. Our lives, our businesses, and our governments are all linked through digital networks that span the globe. Unfortunately, this also means that cybercrime is no longer confined by borders. A hacker in one country can easily target victims in another. That's why international cooperation is key, and the UN Convention on Cybercrime is a major step towards ensuring that nations work together to combat these global threats. Let's talk about numbers. Cybercrime is estimated to cost the global economy trillions of dollars each year. This includes everything from financial fraud and data breaches to disruptions in critical infrastructure. By uniting under this convention, countries can better protect their economies, businesses, and consumers from the devastating impacts of cyber attacks. Another important aspect is legal harmonization. The convention encourages countries to align their national laws with international standards, which is crucial when dealing with crimes that often involve multiple jurisdictions. This makes it easier to investigate and prosecute cybercriminals who operate across borders. And finally, let's not forget about developing countries. Cybercrime doesn't just affect wealthy nations. Everyone is always at risk. The convention also aims to support developing countries by providing them with the frameworks and resources needed to strengthen their cybersecurity capabilities. This is vital in ensuring that these nations are not left vulnerable to cyber threats. Now, let's take a closer look at the actual process behind passing this significant piece of legislation. The process behind the UN Convention on Cybercrime has 4 parts. It begins with drafting the convention. The journey begins with an extensive consultation amongst UN member states, legal experts, and cybersecurity professionals. Drafting a convention that addresses the complexities of cybercrime required careful consideration of diverse perspectives. Each country has its own legal systems, privacy concerns, and cybersecurity challenges, so finding common ground was no small task. Following drafting the convention, we then go on to global negotiation. Once a draft was in place, the next step involved multiple rounds of negotiations at the United Nations. This is where countries debated key issues like sovereignty, data privacy, and the extent of international cooperation. These discussions were crucial in shaping a final agreement that balanced the interests of different nations. Following global negotiations, we then move on to adoption and ratification. After months of negotiation, the draft convention was adopted by the UN General Assembly. But that's not the end of the story. For the convention to be fully effective, it needs to be ratified by individual member states. Now, this means that each country must integrate the convention's provisions into their national laws, a process that can take time, but it is essential for the treaty's success. Finally, with the convention adopted and ratified, the focus will shift to implementation. Countries will now begin to work on establishing new laws, improving their cyber defenses, and collaborating on international investigations. This is where the real impact of the convention will be felt, as it starts to shape the global approach to cybersecurity in the years to come. And there you have it, a comprehensive overview of the recently passed UN Convention on Cybercrime. It's a significant step forward in our global effort to create a safer and more secure digital world. I hope today's episode has given you a clearer understanding of what this convention is about, why it matters, and the process behind how it actually came to be. For more information about the convention, in the show notes, I will leave links to the website that houses all the useful documents from the ad hoc committee to elaborate a comprehensive international convention on countering the use of information and communications technologies for criminal purposes. And there you have so many more resources about the sessions and the consultations that brought this convention to life. As always, thank you for tuning into the Secure Strides podcast. If you found this episode informative, don't forget to subscribe, share it with your friends, or just leave us a review or a comment. Stay safe out there in cyberspace, and until next time, keep making secure strides.